What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Jalen Talk Sports. And right now, we're going to be talking about the 2026 quarterback draft class and why it kind of scares me. Does it scare me positively or does it scare me negatively? Let's just say I'm not overly impressed. Today, we're going to be going through six different quarterback prospects, those being Fernando Mendoza, Ty Simpson, Carson Beck, Drew Aller, Garrett Nussmeier, and the Diego Pavio. This class is not horrible, but it's not impressive. It's kind of, if I can find the right word, I'd say in the middle. We'll just say in the middle. They don't overly impress me, but I see upside. But let's specifically talk about each prospect. Mr. Heisman, Mr. Nice Guy, Fernando Mendoza, quarterback out of Indiana. National champion, Heisman winner, seen as the best player in college football this year. Put up 3,535 yards, 31 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, and a 72% completion percentage. Overall, really good stats. But there it is. What is the but? What is the but on Mendoza? I just don't believe in the product. He had one really good season, which was this past year. Before that, he wasn't an overly impressive player. I had never even heard of him. And to say that he's going to be the first overall pick, and there's no doubt about that, is kind of concerning. And this leads me to think about my second issue with these sort of quarterback classes. Fernando Mendoza is being forced to be the first overall pick. He is not necessarily worth the first overall pick. I saw a little bit of his pro day yesterday, and I wasn't overly impressed with how he throws the ball. I don't see star. I see an okay player with upside, but I don't see the upside being huge. His floor is low. His floor is bust. And his ceiling, maybe, if all things go right, is like a slightly more athletic Kirk Cousins. And my question to you is, are you going to take a Kirk Cousins first overall? I have no problem with Mendoza being a first round pick. It's just the fact that he is going to be the number one pick is ludicrous. The problem with the league nowadays is we overvalue the quarterback position, where we'll end up seeing guys like Fernando Mendoza with 1 year of elite production be catapulted into that first spot just because it's the most important position on the team. That's not how you build a team, though. I think it's essential to build up a framework around the player so that you get the right guy when it's the right time. Mendoza has a good foundation around him going into Vegas, but is he the right player to go into that system? And that's where I'm slightly concerned. Next player, Ty Simpson, quarterback, Alabama. Ty Simpson had a lot of early season hype because he was playing well. I won't even lie, he was playing well. And then the second half of the season, people call it because of his injury, he fell off a cliff. He wasn't very good down the stretch. He put up 3,567 yards, 28 touchdowns, and 5 interceptions with 64% completion. Ty Simpson screams mid round quarterback in a bad draft class. He can throw a pretty ball. I'll say that. He can throw a pretty ball. But I'm slightly concerned about only kind of having 1 year of him. And the year wasn't completely impressive. If anyone tells you this guy is a first round pick, They're out of their mind, but that's the name of the game. You will get a guy like Ty Simpson going in the first round due to desperation. This is not going to be like that 2022 draft class with Malik Willis and Kenny Pickett and Matt Corral, those type of guys, where everyone was actually bad. This is a year when there will be reaches. And if Ty Simpson goes first round, that's blasphemous. That's the wrong choice for your franchise. If you take him second, third round, I won't be mad at you. I'm not gonna bat an eye. But if you take him first round, it's a lot more concerning. He's undersized. He's not really a physical specimen, and I don't think he really works in most systems. If he went to San Francisco, I'd believe in him. But if he goes to the Jets, I think he's screwed. If he goes to the Cardinals, I'm a little scared, but I'm feel a little bit better because the system is similar to the one in San Fran. He's one of those system quarterbacks that I see in a guy like Brock Purdy and Mac Jones, where it's like if it's not the right situation, it won't work at all, and you'll be thinking they suck. Next guy, Drew Aller. This is a guy who excites me, not because he's good, but because of his intangibles, his traits, what he's capable of doing is exciting. However, he hasn't fully put it together ever. His completion percentages have been bad throughout his career, but he is also seen as the greatest quarterback who ever played for Penn State. His stats don't look that impressive this year. 1,100 yards, 8 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, 64% completion. He got injured 6 years, 6 games into the season. So it's not fair to really judge him off of that. But what I will say is, I'm surprised he's not getting more hype. But I understand exactly why he isn't getting the hype that you would hope he would get. And that is due to a man named Josh Allen. Josh Allen is the epitome of ruining your job. Josh Allen will get you fired, or the idea of Josh Allen will get you fired. When you get caught up in the fact that a guy is 6'4", 6'5", kind of big build, not like fat, but like strong, stocky build, and he can launch a ball, they put that Josh Allen label on the kid. And then they get to the league and they don't perform. Josh Allen got lucky. Josh Allen really did get lucky in this league because he was able to have ample time, I guess you can say, to really develop into a really good player. However, a lot of the deficiencies Josh Allen had when he got drafted still exist to this day. And Drew Aller is not getting that treatment because of his injury and because people have realized the trend. When I take the Josh Allen build, it never works out for me because that's not a model for success. Most people do not have the patience or the time to wait on a player to develop from what Josh Allen was as a rookie to what Josh Allen is now. By then, if you're still there and you're still playing like that, you would have gone through two head coaches and two GMs. Is it worth losing your job for? And that's the question mark that you get with a guy like Drew Aller. The talent is there. The traits are there. The athleticism is there. The arm strength is there. Is the actual ability there? We need to stop getting lost in being able to do things and actually doing them. If I can say that I have the potential to do the math, but when you give me the test, I can't do a lick of the math, then what are you really seeing in me? Right? What are you really seeing? Carson Beck, quarterback, Miami. 3,813 yards, 30 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, 72% completion. Carson Beck screams high end backup. And that's what he's going to be. He'll be a mid round pick. Maybe he might go earlier than you guys expect because he hasn't statistically been a bad player. He is also a victim of circumstance, though. Carson Beck is a decent enough quarterback that if you can throw him into a good situation, he'll produce. But if you put him in a bad spot, what is he? We've seen Carson Beck crumble time and time again. You've seen him on the biggest stage not be able to do it. But then again, you look at him and you said, this guy last year, if he didn't like if it didn't go up in a train wreck, he could have been a first round pick. And that's going to get into some of these GMs' minds or some of these coaches, and they're gonna be like, well, at his root, he was a first round talent. Like last year, if everything went well, we would have taken him in the first round. And here he is in the third round. Maybe we should throw a shot at him. And that's probably what's gonna happen. Can he be successful at the NFL level? I am not convinced. Garrett Nussmeier, quarterback, LSU. He also got injured, so that's why his stats are much lower than they were last year when he threw for 4,500, no, 4,052 and 29 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. Garrett Nussmeier is Mr. Potential. And I hate Mr. Potential because when I bank on potential, it doesn't always work for me. I kind of like a sure thing. And that's hard to do in the football world because you're taking these 21, 22, 23-year old people and you're throwing them into the best league in the world and you're expecting output. When the output will come, we don't know because some guys need more time than others. The thing with Garrett Nussmeier is he's a good player, but he's a little overrated, if that makes sense. People have been so caught up in his hype that he built from when he was in high school. I believe it was a 5 star prospect going into LSU, taking over after Joe Burrow leaves, and then you have Jaden Daniels who did what he did there. And now it's like, it's your turn. Step up to the table, be the guy. And he never really fit the bill at the end of the day. He had all the talent in the world. He had all the skill. He had all the hype. But he was injury prone. Never really worked out. And now we're not seeing him as a first round talent. We're saying maybe third round at the earliest. Probably a fifth round pick, sixth round pick. And he could really be a steal for the right organization. I think a team like Los Angeles Rams should really consider a player like Nussmeier. So when it comes to Nussmeier, I don't want people to get caught up in what he could be. Think about what he is. And that will make your mind a lot clearer on what you're going to get. Last guy, Pavia. Money, Pavia. 3,539 yards, 29 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, 70% completion. Diego Pavia. Diego Pavia is a guy who rattles your brain because it's so easy to not like Diego Pavia, the personality, but it's hard to not like Diego Pavia, the player. Say what you want about his height, say what you want about his attitude, say what you want about his persona. Diego Pavia is a successful college quarterback who is talented and he's being able to show that he's capable of doing it. And he brought Vanderbilt to levels we've never seen them play at. I never thought about Vanderbilt as a team that could compete in the SEC. And yes, NIL is a thing, but he came in and they said he was 6 foot. He's really 5'9", and he produced. He really produced. So with him, it's more of a personality thing than talent, and it's also like a size thing. The NFL is a big league filled with big athletic dudes, much bigger than him, and we've seen the short quarterback not really work at the NFL level, and that's his downfall. And then when you look outside of that, you have his personality. He loses the Heisman. He goes to the club, gets the bottle girls to put up a sign that said "F Indiana, F the voters," and then he comes out the next day and he's like, "I'm sorry for what I said, guys. Please, please, please go easy on me. I didn't mean what I said. I was just drunk, and I was caught in my emotions because I lost." Is that the guy you want leading your franchise? And the answer is usually going to be no. I don't want to deal with that. And Pavia's personality is going to work to his detriment. And you see the thing with him, it's kind of the similar thing that Shadur had, but Shadur is a better player than this guy. Um, Shadur is more ideal in terms of size, and, arm capabilities. Nothing works in this guy's favor, and that's going to hurt him. So unless he's drastically changed and matured in the last 3 months, his NFL future is bleak. I think he could get drafted, but I don't think he'll stay around long. That's all I got for you guys today. I hope you liked the video. I hope you have something to say. Positive, negative, I don't really care. Whichever one it is, that's good. And make sure to like and comment on the video, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.